Assalamu alaikum everyone, this is Megan White with Wives of Jannah. So one of our strengths as women is that we are nurturers by our nature. By our nature, we are the ones who maintain relationships, keep relationships going, establish new relationships, reach out to others. Like that is one of our strengths, and it comes naturally, not to all women, but to the majority of women in terms of maintaining friendships and reaching out and creating social circles, etc. But the downside to that strength is that we often forget to nurture a relationship with ourselves. And so burnout is real, pushing yourself to the max is real, serving everybody else and being fantastic at that. I see a lot of women do that. They're really great at taking care of guests, of their children, of their spouses, of their extended family. But when you ask, what are you doing for yourself? They kind of are like deer in headlights. Like myself, I don't even have time for myself. And so I want to encourage you to take time for yourself this week and to start making a habit of doing things that are nurturing just for you. I would say that one of the consistent things that I hear from my coaching clients in the Wives of Jannah coaching program are from women who are very successful in whatever they do, whether that's in their careers, in terms of organizing their family, being a part of the community. Like, mashallah, these women are 10 out of 10 and doing so many things. But almost all of them feel like they can't stop. Like they're on a train and that train doesn't have any stops. It doesn't have any layovers. It doesn't have any breaks. They just feel like they're full speed ahead all the time. And part of that is sort of the culture that we're in. We feel like we have to be go, 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 go all the time. We got to respond to every text as soon as it comes in, every WhatsApp message as soon as it shows up. Everybody knows who's read it, so now you got to respond, right? There is this sense of, false urgency that our current climate culture, has created. We no longer feel like we are utilizing time. We often feel like we're trying to catch up to time. But you can create pauses. You must create pauses. And so one of the consistent assignments I feel like I've given out this year to so many different coaching clients was stop and do something for yourself. Read a book, read a magazine, sit and do absolutely nothing and put your feet up on the couch. Like when I said that to some women, they started laughing. And one of the ways this sort of comes about is they talk about how there's so much housework to be done and the kids to get ready for bed or the laundry to fold or the dishwasher to unload or whatever it is. And they're upset because their husbands are sitting on the couch with their feet up on their phone or watching a game or doing something else. And they feel really bitter about that. And so I'll ask them, why don't you just sit down and put your feet up for a little bit? And they literally start laughing. And I'm like, okay, well, and when there's that laughter is sort of a moment of truth where I've, kind of hit the nail on the head. And then they're like, I never thought about that. I feel like I can't. I'm like, but you can. You also could plop down right next to your husband, put your feet up, whip out your phone and do whatever you wanted to do. And it's interesting that just saying that women are like, okay, because they see their husbands doing it. And so they resent their husbands, not so much for the fact that he doesn't appear to be helping, but for the fact that he's doing something that they wish they could do. And that is slow down. And so the reality is no one's going to slow you down but you. You can't wait for your husband to be like, oh, sweetheart, you look like you've been go, go, go for weeks on end. Please go sit down, do nothing for 5 hours, and I will take over. There are some men out there that will do that, but I will say that they are probably few and far between because they don't know how tired you are. They don't know how exhausted you are mentally. They don't know, all the gears that just keep spinning and spinning, right? They don't know what's going on inside of you until you let them know. I am so tired tonight. I'm going to sit down and put my feet up. And if you want to do the dishes, that'd be amazing. If not, I'm going to leave them to soak till tomorrow, right? I am feeling like I am suffocating in this house. I need to get out for a 15-minute walk. I'm going to do that in an hour. I'm going to go out alone for 15 minutes. I need you to read the stories to the kids. Until you start expressing that you too struggle, that you also have needs, that you're having a hard time, he's not going to know. So stop waiting for him to figure it out and instead take charge of nurturing yourself, of your relationship with yourself, of your energy, of your meals, of your sleep schedule, of your hobbies, of your iman. You've got to step in and take charge of you. And make sure that you're on your own to-do list. that you are on your own agenda. And I know that a lot of you are going to resonate with this and admit that you're right, Megan, I really haven't put myself on the to-do list. I feel like there's no time. In fact, I had 2 brand new coaching clients this month, both of them separate women from different places who don't know each other. Both of them said, I signed up for coaching, but my worry was I wasn't sure how I was going to have time to do the coaching call, which is only a couple of hours a month. But, just that feeling of stopping for 1 hour on a Sunday just for themselves to go through their goals, their needs, their relationship challenges to improve their life felt overwhelming. The good news is when they hung up from the call, they were like, alhamdulillah, they had a plan, they have some assignments they're going to do, and they got to experience that life didn't fall apart when they did step away for that 1 hour session that we did together. So I want to encourage you to do things that are meaningful for you, that are nurturing for you. Take care of yourself because no one else can take care of you the way you can take care of you. You'll be a happier human being. You'll be a happier wife. You'll be a happier mother. You'll be a happier friend. You'll be a happier daughter-in-law, whatever it is. And a final piece of advice that I give often, when somebody questions your self-care, for example, these flowers behind me I bought simply because I wanted to buy them because they're beautiful, and I actually wrote a story about them on my Instagram page sharing why these particular flowers were meaningful for me and I had to buy them. But let's say you have someone says, why did you buy that? That's not necessary. Or you want to bake, a pie or a cake or cookies, and someone's like, why are you doing this? We don't really need stuff like this. Or you want to go for a walk in a place. Someone's like, oh, it's too far. Let's just do somewhere local. In other words, somebody that just kind of doesn't understand why this is important to you. Rather than being defensive and trying to explain why you had to spend these $6 for a bouquet of flowers or the $3.99, or why you had to go to the store at 8 p.m. to buy ingredients to bake a pie at 9 p.m. Yes, I've done that because it makes you happy. What I really want you to say, I just gave it away, is because it makes me happy. You don't have to defend yourself. Instead, you can just say, this brings me joy. This brought me happiness. This made me feel relaxed. This made me feel, connected to something beautiful. This place makes me feel, grateful to Allah. Just share your own joy. Share your own happiness. Share what the result of something is to a naysayer. So if somebody else doesn't get your need for something, that's okay. What they're saying is for them, this isn't important. But for you, it is. So help them understand your world by expressing the positive. Why did you need to go pick this up? We didn't need it. It made me happy. And so as long as you're not like stretching your budget and doing something ridiculous, like, oh, I bought diamond earrings and then I bought a diamond necklace, and I don't know who has money to do all that, but let's say you did, right? Or you put something on a card. As long as you're not doing something that's like crazy, right? Or that's like way out of budget or causing stress or something, right? As long as you're not doing that, and I think most of you women are all responsible, great wives who would never stretch the budget. And many of you also work and have your own income anyway. So you do your own budgeting. Point is, I think you get where I'm going. And you know why my brain's getting lost, by the way? Because I can hear my kids. But speaking of time, the point is you don't have to defend yourself. Just express your joy. Express if something makes you happy. Do it because it lights you up. And every time I look at these flowers, or every time I smell a certain perfume, or every time I look at a certain picture, or every time I look at a certain pair of socks, like whatever it is, like they're almost always little things. Or the times that I'm making something in the kitchen because I find that relaxing, those are times that are about me. And you matter, so make sure you're on your own agenda. Okay? I look forward to hearing your comments and your feedback, and have an otherwise beautiful, blessed day. Assalamu alaikum.